So Tony Bennett. I got a chance to meet Tony Bennett when a magazine called me and asked me if I wanted to do a story about him. And I said, are you kidding? If it means meeting Tony Bennett, I'll do anything. And I went to meet him in New York. And I learned that he had an apartment in New York because he didn't own a house, that he had his windows that he looked out over the park where he painted, but he didn't own a car. In fact, he didn't own anything, basically. He was just sort of a citizen of the world. And I was so fascinated by that we just became kind of fast friends. He was a great reader. He's read many, many books, including some of mine, and we had a lot to talk about from the beginning. And then I found out that he runs a school, started a school for kids in the arts. And I thought, well, yeah, like he didn't have enough going on his plate in his 80s. So I thought it'd be cool to go to the school, go back to school, if you will, with Tony Bennett. And that's what we did. I noticed there's a no skateboards sign, and that would have just ruined me in high school. But then I didn't have people like this. Susan, how are you? Nice to see you.
Good
Tony?
to see you.
Yeah.
Great to see you, pal.
Good to see you.
So congratulations on this. This is the, I was here when it was in the old building, and I thought that was impressive, but this is a state-of-the-art facility. Was it your idea, a joint idea? How did it all come to pass?
It was really his idea.
Well, no, it was really our
Just like
idea.
a married couple, they can't be,
Right.
can't decide who's taking credit for others. And that was how many years ago?
10 years ago.
So it's from 10 years from seeing that to this here, in the shadow of the neighborhood where you grew up. Right?
I love it. Astoria is my favorite place. I travel all over the world, but this is my favorite place.
Not far from here, that you told me once that you were you used to draw chalk drawings on the sidewalk.
Absolutely, yes.
And that's how basically your life as an artist began, right? Somebody discovered?
Absolutely, yes. That's right.
Any of them still out there? The chalk center? Because it's raining and we might need to re-put down
It's
some.
gonna with the rain.
Do you think your love of drawing led to a love of music?
I've been blessed with the fact that I've always known what I wanted to do. I have a passion to sing and paint.
And not one more than the other?
Not one of the, I do every day I do the same thing.
You ever sing and paint at the same time?
Yeah.
I'd pay to see that. I'd pay to see that. A little yellow, a little red. Do you ever miss being a kid, you know, especially when you're around all these kids?
No, I feel childish right now, actually. You know, funny, I feel spirited and I feel young, actually, funny enough, you know.
Oh, you come across that way. I think that's, to me, anyhow, that's one of your great appeals, is that you seem to have a childish joy in what you do every time you sing.
I got rhythm, I got music, I got my gal who could ask for anything more. I got daisies and green pastures. I got my gal who could ask for anything more.
Were you a good student in high school?
No.
Were you a good student in high school?
I liked it though.
Did you liked high school?
I liked it.
And did you like high school?
I did not like. I hated it.
So wait, you were not a good student, but you liked it. You were a good student, but you hated it. And now the bell is ringing. Okay. Now this is the best moment, isn't it?
That
when
really
the doors
is.
open and all of a sudden you're surrounded by.
Hello.
Do they all behave themselves when they see you because you're like the schoolmaster? Yeah. I noticed none of them are running the opposite direction like I used to do when the principal came down the hall. I ask you a theoretical question about, as we're seeing all these kids here going into the arts, why do you think people pursue art?
It's about truth, beauty, peace.
Do you think if you're an artist at heart, you don't have much other choice? You're going to end up finding your way to that art because that's going to be the only thing that makes you happy?
Well, it's a matter of being blessed with a passion. I've just had it. It's not that I want to do it. I have to do it. I mean, this is on a daily basis. And you know, recently the realization hit me that there's no such thing as an arrival. It's a perpetual study till the day you die. I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started to hum.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Now this
Hello,
is an
Miss
English
Schisler.
class? Oh, something I know something about. Well, how many of you are actually going to plan on doing some writing when you get out of school? You know, like for a living, write books or scripts or things like that? Anybody? Why are you taking an English class if you don't want to write?
Because they have to.
Yeah, because I should ask you for the record, I mean, because people would want to know, you two, the Bennetts, created this, but it's Frank Sinatra's name
Right.
above the top.
I like to teach the elimination of envy and jealousy. The fact that there's room for everybody is so much more important than me saying I'm better than anybody. I want to show that he taught me integrity about quality music, not just to do some cheap song that'll go to the junkyard in 5 or 10 weeks, but something that's going to last forever. And forgotten in Manhattan, I'm going home to my city by the bay.
If you could go back to when you were in high school and see a young Tony Bennett walking around the halls here, what would this Tony Bennett of this age tell that Tony Bennett running up and down the halls in high school?
I would say that if you're sitting next to another student and you look over and you see what the artist is doing, the other artist, and if he's much superior to you, don't envy him. Start, learn from the other student that's better than you are, and try and emulate what he's doing. And even if you have to steal some of his ideas, you know, it's okay, you know.
Were you an envious person when you were younger? Of other people's
Only
talents?
my brother, who was a magnificent singer, and at the age of 14, he actually sang solo spots in the Metropolitan Opera.
At 14?
At 14, and he was trained, but fortunately, for me, I mean, he didn't. I had to compete with him, so I was the family comedian, you know, and he was the one that was taking serious opera lessons.
Wow.
And I kind of was envious at the time.
What am I listening for?
Well, just the volume of how does it reach the back of the house? Does it reach the back of the house?
Ba! You do it.
It does it. Ba! Ba! It hits it.
You're way better than I am. Even at ba. Even at ba. I thought I might come close on a ba, but no. I'm a mile behind even on a ba. Still performing the same way that you always did? Still going out as many nights?
Not
still
as
having
many,
as
no.
much fun?
No, I'm doing a lot more painting, and so the last couple of years I've taken a lot more time off. I'm playing the real wonderful dates, you know, but I have a lot more time now to paint.
Are you amazed at how many people want to record with you now? Ever since the duets album, it's like there's this line. It's like a bus line. It's like there's people waiting for a bus. I want to record with Tony Bennett.
But I have certain favorites. In all due respect, there's so much talent that there is. But I love Katie Lang, and Stevie Wonder and I are going to do an album.
Wow.
And I want to do another album with Katie Lang also. But then I'd like to do an album with just all the great jazz piano players.
Wow.
And that'll be nice, just piano and voice with all the famous ones that are Herbie Hancock and all the great Bill Charlap, all these great new
Well, like you say, it's a
players.
journey, right? It's just a journey. So you just keep going on your journey until one day fate says your journey's over. Until then,
exactly.
You create and you do what you do. I want to give you a book for your library here.
Thank you.
At your school, which just opened. Now, this isn't mandatory reading, and you can put this at the back of the shelf, but this is Have a Little Faith. You were kind enough to read this.
Well, I read this,
it came
and
out.
this is a beautiful book. And the first thing I said today when I saw Mitch is that this should be a film. It should really be a movie because it's so interesting, because it's the story of two men with two different faiths and really doing the same thing. It teaches that we should respect other people's religions and philosophies and accept all of it. And it'll be a better world if we eliminate bigotry, because it's completely ignorant.
Wow. Well, thank you for saying all that, but I was just giving you a book for your library, but thanks for all that. And congratulations on what you've created here, and you and Susan have made just an amazing contribution to American life and American education and the arts. And on behalf of all that, may I congratulate you, sir, Tony Bennett, and thank you for spending time sitting and talking to us on this program.
It's my pleasure, believe me.
The great, great, great Tony Bennett. It's my pleasure to know him.